Hi there, this is Diane Sanders at Sanders Family Real Estate again. Today we've got a seller tip that was called in by an actual seller of mine wanting to know how long he had to get out of his house after closing. That's a very common question. It's hard to do your closing, get all of your things moved, packed, and ready to go in 30 days. Usually 30 days, 40 days is an average amount of closing time from the time you sign on the dotted line on your contract till the actual time you go to the closing table. Can it be sooner? Yes, it can, but in general, 30 to 45 days. Our contracts are written to where you have a closing and funding date, and that's usually when you actually give possession of your home to the new buyer. However, many sellers are concerned about actually getting out of their house and surrendering the home to the buyer all vacant and cleaned up on the day of or the day before closing. Why are they worried? They don't have their money yet. They want to be sure the buyer actually showed up to closing. They want to be sure everything is done. They just don't want to get their things on a moving truck and still not have their money or the deal not be done. So to alleviate that concern, and that's a real valid concern, and I do understand, we often write in a term that's called a seller leaseback. So a seller has a number of days to stay in the house after closing. Sometimes you pay rent for that. Sometimes you give a deposit to the buyer for that. Again, they're just extra terms like other terms in the contract that you negotiate. But in general, I see quite common a 3 to 5 day leaseback. I've had them as long as 60 days. I think 60 days is what the lenders allow. So if you as a seller are concerned about giving possession of the house to the buyer, or at least having all of your items out when you walk into the closing table, and you're concerned that you don't have your check in hand yet, be sure when we're negotiating your contract, you write that lease back into it up front. Thank you. This is Diane Sanders, and I look forward to more seller tips next time.